What's up, everybody? It's your boy Jason Yamamoto. Quick story time before I get into work. Now, check this out, man. I believe in Santa Claus, and you guys need to understand why I'm saying this. Now, some of you guys may look at me like, what the fuck? You believe in Santa Claus? You know, don't close this video out. You actually might enjoy the story. So, when I was born into the world of poverty, right? I didn't have anything. My mom didn't have a job. My dad didn't have a job. We didn't have money. We didn't have shelter. We didn't have shit. We had to live with people, right? They were both refugees coming out of Thailand and Vietnam. They came into France, and that's how it happened. She couldn't do it anymore. My mom couldn't do it anymore. She couldn't continue this route. So, she gave me up. She flew me all the way to Fort Smith, Arkansas, and to go to USA. But my uncle and aunt at the time didn't have much either. They were living in a broke-down 2-bedroom apartment. They had 3 dogs in there. You know, those names of those dogs are BJ, Cookie, and Jordan. And they already had 2 kids, which by the name of Michael and Sabrina. Now, they had to bring in this 3rd kid, and they were already struggling as it is, right? My aunt was working at a chicken factory, and my uncle was working as a one of those furniture guys who made wooden furniture, right? Mind you, my uncle went from the status of a captain of a helicopter pilot back in his home country down to just a labor worker, okay? You know, it was very tough for him mentally to transition. And same thing for my aunt. She was living good, and then she had to start learning how to work, right? It is what it is, you know. It's, survival of the fittest, right? So anyways, you know, we were living in a world of poverty, you know. I came from nothing to something. Now, while my mom was living in Switzerland, she met a man, right? She met an older gentleman. He was around 50 or 60 years old, right? He was a Swiss man. He goes up to my mom and said, "Wow, lady, you're so pretty, but why do you look so sad?" She tells him, "I haven't seen my son in so long. I'm so sad. You know, he lives in Arkansas, Fort Smith, Arkansas, and in the USA, and I'm over here, and I have no money to go see him, and he lives in this shitty ass fucking apartment, and I'm powerless. I can't do nothing for him." You know, she's venting to him, right? And the man feels her pain. He feels her pain. He feels that it might be true, but there's something that was missing from the story: the truth. He didn't believe my mom. He didn't believe her, not for 1 second. He says, "Lady, you're too pretty to have a kid. I don't believe that you have a son. I think you're one of those Asian ladies that scams us old white dudes buying you stuff, right? You give out this wild story so that way we feel bad for you, and then we take you in, etc., etc." So my mom said, "You know what? Fly me to Arkansas, and I'll prove it to you." And the guy took that challenge. He did exactly what my mom said, right? So he bought her and himself a plane ticket to come all the way down to Fort Smith, Arkansas in USA. And Lord and behold, he met me. He met me and my mom, right? And at the same time, right? I ran up to my mom and said, "Mommy," you know? And he's like, "Oh shit, that is her son." You know, we had a very similar facial comparison. You know, I look like my mom and she looked like me. You couldn't deny it, you know. And he said, "You know what? Fuck." You know, he looked inside the apartment. That he couldn't stay inside the apartment. He's like, "Fuck this place. You know, I'm not gonna stay in here. Fuck that. I'm gonna stay in a hotel." But he was convinced. He was proven wrong that a beautiful Asian lady had a son that lived in Fort Smith, Arkansas, and it was not a far-fetched story. So what he did was they went around and they looked for houses, and they asked me for a specific location, and I said that was a good-looking house. Let's buy it, you know. And without a hesitation, the guy wrote a check. He straight up wrote for it. He's like, "All right, we're buying this house." Paid in full. No mortgage payments, nothing. He paid the taxes, everything. Bam. Under my mom's name, the title of the house belonged to my mom, technically me, because the old man bought it for me. But of course, you can't put the title of a house to a kid, right? But anyways, long story short, The guy had a beard. He was big and jolly, man. The dude bought me a teddy bear, and I have a thing for teddy bears these days. I see a teddy bear, and I have sympathy for a teddy bear, and I give teddy bears to my kids, right? I love teddy bears because it's a soft reminder of this man's kindness, right? And to me, I don't remember his name. My mom does, but to me, I always felt that he was Santa Claus, right? He was Santa Claus. He got me out from nothing to a house paid off, right? We didn't, let me see what else. Ever since then, how many people can say that, they didn't get a gift from Santa Claus? Sometimes you got to be grateful for what you get, and in short terms, to me, that's probably the best gift that anybody has ever given me. It was a house. I live in a 1-bedroom apartment, right? I degraded. I went from a fucking 3-bedroom house to a 1-bedroom apartment here in San Diego, California, because I want to be in pursuit of my own fucking destiny, in pursuit of my own dreams. And the same thing you guys should be doing. Be grateful for what you guys have right now, okay? And when you do have it, man, don't ever cuss nobody else saying that the world hates you, because there's people out there who don't even know you is willing to give you something. And as for me, this man gave me a chance to go out there and pursue my own dreams and my own life. Okay? And even though I might not be rich as I used to be, I'm rich in the heart, because that kind of love has spread and continue to spread ever since that man came into my life. Ever since that man came to my mom's life, he fulfilled our dreams. All right, I can say that I did achieve a house in my lifetime. Anyways, man, I want you guys to understand this story, and this is not a falsified story. All right. Anyways, your boy Jason Yamamoto, and I'll talk to you guys later.
Breathe.